Why experiencing death on other planets is said to be an extremely thrilling sensation. To give you a more intuitive understanding, next I'm going to throw you out of the spacecraft to experience those terrifying and deadly planets in the solar system. By then you will know just how rare Earth truly is in the universe. First, let's start with Mercury. Although it is the planet closest to the Sun, not every place there is scorching hot. If you choose to land on Mercury's sunlit side, you will immediately feel a terrifying heat wave of up to 430 degrees Celsius. Because Mercury lacks a thick atmosphere, having only a thin outer layer, solar radiation strikes the surface directly. Even if you wear the most advanced spacesuit in the world, it can only withstand temperatures of about 120 degrees Celsius. Within a few seconds, the suit's thermal insulation will fail to block the heat, and the cooling system will shut down immediately, leaving you to face lethal exposure and mind-numbing pain. Not only will your skin be instantly burned by ultraviolet radiation, all the water in your body will rapidly evaporate. Even though there are many gray rocks and impact craters around, under the sun they are heated to extreme temperatures, like blazing furnaces, leaving you nowhere to hide. In less than 10 seconds, you will completely lose consciousness from burns and suffocation. But if you choose to stand on Mercury's dark side, the situation is completely different. Without an atmosphere to regulate temperature and without sunlight, the temperature will plummet to minus 180 degrees Celsius, a level of cold that is utterly uninhabitable. If you insist on surviving on Mercury, the best option is to land in the relatively mild twilight zone. Next, we turn our attention to Venus. Although it is farther from the Sun than Mercury, because Venus has an unusually dense atmosphere, its temperature is even hotter than Mercury's, with surface temperatures reaching 467 degrees Celsius. As you descend toward Venus, you will see sunlight filtering through thick clouds, emitting an eerie yellow glow. These clouds are actually composed of concentrated sulfuric acid, which can severely damage your lungs within seconds. Even if you have an extremely advanced spacesuit that can filter sulfuric acid, at the moment of landing, the 92 times Earth's atmospheric pressure will easily crush your body. At the same time, the air is filled with dense carbon dioxide and nitrogen, making visibility extremely low and the environment highly toxic. You will soon be swallowed by the thick haze. The only small consolation is that you won't be drenched by acid rain, because the acidic droplets in Venus's atmosphere evaporate before reaching the ground. It can be said that Venus is the closest place to hell. Even if a civilization once truly existed there, under the current conditions, all traces of their existence would be completely erased. After passing by Earth, this blue oasis, we arrive at Mars, the planet most likely to be colonized by humans. Compared with Venus, Mars has much lower daytime temperatures, with a maximum of only about 20 degrees Celsius. But at night the temperature on Mars can plunge to minus 140 degrees Celsius. And like Mercury, Mars has a very thin atmosphere, with extremely low oxygen content, so breathable air for humans is extremely scarce. Although wearing a protective suit allows you to stand safely on Mars's surface, if during a dust storm with winds of 100 kilometers per hour, your helmet unfortunately cracks, the extremely low atmospheric pressure will cause the water in your tongue and lungs to begin boiling, while a cold yet painless hissing sensation spreads through your body, and your skin tightens to varying degrees. Although you won't explode immediately, liquid in your blood will begin forming bubbles. In less than 10 seconds, the symptoms of hypoxia will rapidly appear. Next, you will have only about 15 to 20 seconds of consciousness. Because heat cannot be effectively conducted on Mars, your body will begin to lose heat. The moisture in your eyes and lungs will rapidly evaporate. Exposed skin will feel the assault of extreme cold, and your vision will gradually become blurred. After about 30 seconds, you will lose consciousness due to severe hypoxia, and Mars's low pressure and extreme cold will cause your remains to become mummified and preserved. Perhaps in the distant past, Mars was once suitable for life, but today, for unprotected humans, it is nothing more than a desolate land of death. Now let us continue outward, arriving at Jupiter, the largest gas giant in the solar system. Because there is no solid surface here, falling into Jupiter feels like plunging into an abyss. When you first enter Jupiter's relatively mild upper atmosphere, you will experience a brief and comfortable free fall. But soon, under the pull of 2.5 times Earth's gravity, you begin to plunge at extreme speed, while facing jet streams sweeping through the clouds at over 600 kilometers per hour. Not only does the temperature drop to minus 150 degrees Celsius, but massive, complex, and violent storms hurl you in all directions. As you continue to fall, the pressure begins to increase relentlessly. At around 50 kilometers, not only is the pressure dozens of times that of Earth, the temperature also begins to rise sharply. If you manage to pass through these clouds and descend about 150 kilometers, then congratulations, you will reach the deepest region ever explored by humans, the gaseous mixing layer. As the gases grow denser, your body will be violently compressed, eventually entering a dark abyss where even sunlight cannot penetrate. There the only light comes from violent lightning tearing across the sky, while thunder is drowned out by the deafening roar of fierce winds and turbulence. At this point, your bones begin to fracture under hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. Violent storm forces continuously tear your body apart, until you are ultimately broken down into molecules by terrifying pressure and heat, merging into Jupiter's vast atmosphere. And you are vaporized before ever reaching Jupiter's core region. Beside Jupiter lies Saturn, the second largest planet in the solar system. The first challenge you face is avoiding a collision with any of its 274 surrounding moons. After that, you will see its iconic rings. These rings are composed of ice particles, dust, or fragments of moons, racing around the planet at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. Even with advanced protective gear, pebble-sized rocks can instantly pierce and tear through your body, and the blood exposed to space will scatter among the rings, instantly turning into shimmering dark red ice crystals. Because sound cannot propagate in a vacuum, the entire process unfolds in eerie silence, and your remains will forever orbit along with Saturn's rings, becoming a part of them. Even if you are lucky enough to enter Saturn's atmosphere, your fate will be similar to Jupiter's, eventually being crushed by cold, dense hydrogen and helium. Next, we arrive at Uranus, the coldest gas ice giant in the solar system, and the only planet that rotates while lying on its side. Its rotation speed is faster than Earth's, with a day lasting only 17 hours. Like Saturn, you must also avoid colliding with its rings when landing on Uranus. Once you successfully pass through the rings, you will quickly be surrounded by toxic gases, and the temperature will plunge to minus 224 degrees Celsius. If the extreme cold and toxic gases do not kill you, you will descend into the upper atmosphere, where there are countless ice particles, and you will be fortunate enough to witness a diamond rain driven by winds of 900 kilometers per hour, along with pressures about 1 million times that of Earth, which will ultimately crush you into countless icy fragments. Finally, we arrive at the final destination, Neptune, the planet farthest from the Sun. Unlike Uranus, on this beautiful blue ice giant, exists the most violent weather in the solar system. Although the atmospheric temperature here is slightly higher than that of Uranus, the wind speeds reach as high as 2,100 kilometers per hour, making them the fastest sustained winds in the solar system. When you enter Neptune's upper atmosphere, you might catch a glimpse of some massive storm systems, but you will soon be swallowed by terrifying storms. Under the full force of supersonic storms, those tiny frozen methane particles will turn into razor-sharp shrapnel, mercilessly tearing you apart. Even before you have time to react, you will already have been broken down by Neptune's endless storms, completely vanishing in this barren wasteland. And thus your self-destructive journey comes to an end. Every mission's conclusion proves the same thing, that compared with the deadly extreme environments of other planets, Earth is like a gentle safe harbor, the most perfect habitat for human life. Here you can bathe in warm sunlight, and take deep breaths of every mouthful of oxygen, enjoying every moment of calm and peace. Perhaps the ultimate purpose of humanity's exploration of the universe is not to find the next perfect Earth, but to learn how to protect what we currently possess, this miraculous blue planet.